Every story, every journey, and every transformation starts with a single, often unnoticed moment, the beginning. We tend to focus on the end results, success or failure, acceptance or rejection, believing that the outcome is what truly matters. But what if the most crucial moment is not the end, but the very start? The first impression, the initial experience, or the opening decision can quietly set the entire course of what follows. Like pressing an invisible button, the beginning shapes our path, often without us realizing it. Whether it's a student's first lesson, a user's first interaction with a product, or the opening line of an advertisement, these moments plant the cognitive seeds that grow into lasting beliefs, habits, and outcomes. In this video, we'll uncover why beginnings are not just fleeting moments, but powerful forces that silently engineer our destinies. Let's dive deeper into what happens in our minds during those first moments. When we encounter something new, a person, a product, or an idea, our brains rapidly compress a flood of sensory information into a simple, powerful model, the first impression. This process is fast, often unconscious, and built on limited data. Yet it becomes the reference point for everything that follows. Our attention, memory, and even emotions are filtered through this initial frame. That's why a student's confusion in the first class can shape their entire relationship with a subject, or why a user's frustration with a complicated app can lead them to abandon it, no matter how good it actually is. The first impression is not just a fleeting feeling, it's a cognitive prototype that locks in our expectations and guides our future decisions. Once a beginning sets a direction, it's not easily changed. This is known as the path lock-in law. Our early choices, impressions, and experiences create a track that becomes harder to leave as time goes on. With each repeated action or reinforced belief, the path solidifies like a groove that deepens with every pass. Small differences at the start can amplify over time, leading to dramatically different outcomes. In relationships, work, learning, or product use, the initial moments can determine whether we persist, succeed, or give up. This is why it's so difficult to break habits or change course after a certain point. The beginning has already engineered the system. But the good news is, by understanding and designing better beginnings, we can set ourselves up for positive feedback loops and long-term success. So how can we engineer better beginnings? The answer lies in intentional design. Whether you're creating a product, teaching a class, or starting a new habit, the first moments should be clear, simple, and emotionally engaging. Start by defining the end goal. What do you want people to feel or do after the beginning? Then craft the first impression with care. What do they see, hear, or experience first? Remove unnecessary friction and complexity. Add a small, positive emotional trigger, a sense of achievement, curiosity, or comfort. Finally, guide the next step clearly so the momentum continues. When these elements come together, the beginning becomes a launchpad, not just a starting line. The result? Outcomes that feel almost automatic because the path was engineered from the very first moment.